It is Sony Creators Week. I'm here in London and heading to a talk now, a workshop for 1 hour with a videographer, a well-known videographer who has worked with some huge clients in the past. He's going to take us through his process, tips, tricks, editing tips, color grading, things like that, and just let us know what it's like to work with big clients, things to watch out for. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to have some opportunities to network while I'm there as well with other creatives. So let's see how it goes.
And then that very quickly turned into a career. And I threw music away and I've slowly come back to it. And action. Okay. And look. Okay, and cut.
Okay, so I'm here with Oscar.
Hey
now
guys.
We just did a talk. It was awesome, man. Thanks so much.
All good.
I've got a couple of questions for you. Just from someone starting in videography, I guess one thing that I find that people ask constantly is, where do you find work for a start? I know that that's kind of hard, but do you kind of do a lot of outreach yourself, or does work come to you now?
So I had a production company for about 3.5 years, and that was a lot of outreach. It was a lot of me emailing people and getting no responses, less than a 10% response rate.
Sure.
But I was really ruthless at meet. When I met someone, I would be like, okay, how can I help you? What can we do together?
Sure.
How can we collaborate? Because I don't know you and you don't know me, but I might have an opportunity for you, or you might have an opportunity for me that we don't know about because we haven't communicated it.
Sure.
So I was really focused on making sure that I let people know what I could do and what I was willing to do creatively.
Sure.
So then see if we could align. Does that answer your question?
Being that creative partner that you mentioned in the talk.
Exactly. Being a creative partner.
Yeah. And what about so you mentioned about you had a job that you didn't want to take because it was below your rates.
Yeah.
How do you find navigating that type of stuff? Because, for example, at the moment, I was trying to negotiate a retainer recently, and it was too low. What their budget was too low for me. Do you think that if you're low on work, you should maybe still take stuff, or do you think how do you kind of navigate your rates and stuff
It's
like that?
all depending on your financial situation.
Yeah.
If you've got a stable financial situation, you're working outside and you're doing a normal job, then the projects you should take on, even if they're low rates, ones you're passionate about.
Yeah.
If you're relying on it for money, then that's a different question. I've done that. I've been there. It's been a struggle when you're having to take £100 jobs. The first music video I did in London for a major record label was 150 quid.
Right.
And the guy that I did it for is now my manager. And I love it.
Fair.
But that led me to some opportunities and it helped grow my career. So you just pick and choose the ones. Don't put yourself in a silly situation.
Makes sense.
Also, be wise.
Yeah.
You know?
Last question.
Yeah, let's go for it.
What do you, obviously your niche very much looks like you did stuff in music and stuff like that, and that's led you to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
How important do you think niching down soon is, or do you think you should just try loads of stuff first and then figure out what you like?
Niching down is part of your taste. You're a tastemaker. That's what I was talking about. And if you're a tastemaker, then you have an opinion. You could be doing a music doc, and then the next day you could be doing a documentary or, an ad campaign. But you still have your style, you still have your opinion in your eye. And that's, for me, I do a lot of stuff, as you've seen.
Yeah,
but for me, my style kind of lives within all of them.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure, yeah.
And it's learning what that style is and then applying it to the jobs that come. You can't decide that you're going to have just music jobs. It doesn't work like that.
We've got to get paid, right?
Exactly, and you've got to get paid, man.
Yeah. Cool. No, thanks so much, man. Appreciate
all good.
it. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
brother. Take it easy.
Really appreciate it.
Give me a hug.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So glad I got to go to the talk there with Oscar today at Sony Creators Week. A lot of it was kind of simple, basic tips and tricks, but it was just very interesting to understand his workflow and how he got to where he is, the clients that he's worked with. And then as a bonus, I also got to talk to him, ask him a couple of questions at the end, which also, again, found really useful. I think something to note with all of this is even the simplest of tips and tricks, like he spoke about whip pan transitions and match cuts, things like that, which again, I knew all about, but it's just interesting and valuable to know that even people who are very well established in this industry are still abiding by the most simplest of techniques and rules. So I know I'm on the right path with it. And also it was just great to network and just meet some like-minded people. There was a lot of photographers there, videographers as well. There was even a guy that owned a clothing brand. So you just don't know who you're going to meet at these things. You don't know where these opportunities are going to lead, and you don't know what's going to come of it. So I just finished a session in the gym, went in the sauna, and thought I'd have a bit of a change of scenery this morning, come into the cafe, in the gym, and just sit here with my laptop. Go home for around lunchtime, breaks up the day. So, sat here right now, just trying to connect to the internet, which is taking some time. Okay. Tuesdays are the day that I upload my vlogs, these vlogs. Don't ask me why it's Tuesday. I have no idea. I just started posting on a Tuesday and continued it. I'm on YouTube now, trying to upload the vlog, and it's stuck at 2%. And it's telling me it's going to take 3 hours and 39 minutes to upload. No, I'm not doing this. Honestly. I've drank my coffee. I'm gonna head home where I know there's a stable internet connection and I can actually do something. What a fat waste of time that was. Honestly, I don't understand how people don't have an internet connection these days, a good internet connection. We're like 20 years deep into the internet. How can I not find a good connection in a cafe as well? There was a guy next to me working on his laptop. I found myself looking over thinking, has he got an internet connection? Is it just me? No, I think it's just shit. Okay, the last couple of days. Yesterday, I finally got home and got a good internet connection to upload the vlog, this week's vlog, which actually, as far as these vlogs are gone over the last 6 months, yesterday did the best so far. Over a period of 1 day, 70 something views, small time, still small time. But I also gained 2 subscribers from yesterday. So slowly building. Something different that I did this week. I took segments from the vlog, like just, I don't know, like 30-second segments, and put them in a carousel on my Instagram feed. So people can kind of get a taste of what it is that I'm saying in these things without actually having to watch it. And then that may draw them to the actual thing. So trying out a few different things. I also think it's going to provide me content for the Instagram feed as well. So if I'm posting more on there, also it's going to give more exposure to the vlog itself. Did get back yesterday, did that. Also created some other pieces of content. Had to send another quote for the client from LinkedIn a couple of months ago. Sent a quote. They wanted 2 more videos. So sent that quote over to them. I can go through that in a moment. And then also sent a quote today. I had someone reach out to me regarding some videos for their clinic. My existing client, Maya Kine, referred me to these, which is great. And then today I've just put together a proposal, 2 packages for a retainer. Now they do want 8 or 12 or 8 to 12 videos per month. And these videos are going to be of 60 to 90 seconds. So they could be as long as a minute and a half, which I've got to think about that. These videos aren't just going to be straight cuts, done, dusted in an hour. They're talking heads. We obviously do want cutting in between angles, but also cutting into B-roll, bringing up stats on screen, text on screen, text overlays, everything like that. So I got to obviously cater for that. And that stuff takes time. So I'd say that I've gone a little higher. I've outlined everything. And then the idea is, if it's out of their budget, we can just reduce scope. It's as easy as that. I want to try and build relationships with these people and ongoing conversations. But yeah, the tough thing is sending out something that's out of someone's budget potentially. They get scared off by it and they don't want to enter other chats. So still trying to navigate this quoting situation, certainly when it comes to retainers. I've started trying to ask more questions so I can be that creative partner and provide them with exactly what they need. But even that scares people off. It's like they come to you, they go, right, I want this. They just want you to go, bam, bam, yep. Okay, there you go, there's a quote, without knowing any details. So to give some clarity on the retainer proposal that I sent today for the clinic, I sent over 2 options. So first one would be a monthly clinic visibility package. I asked what her intentions were. I asked what her goal is, whether it's to bring more people into the clinic, give visibility on the clinic, anything, right? Educational stuff, it could be anything. So I came with these 2 packages. Clinic visibility package, which would basically be 1 day shooting per month in the clinic. And that would be batch filming of the 30 to 90 second talking head videos. B-roll, because she wanted B-roll as well for her own social media person to put together. I'll be editing the talking head shots. So then the editing and delivery would be 8 reels of up to 30 to 90 seconds, including talking head, B-roll, text overlays, and simple graphics where needed. Optimizing, of course, for whatever social medias they want to post it on. And then B-roll, raw footage, simple color graded, applied, and ready for your social media person to use as a standalone visual, stories, or background clips. And then all finished assets delivered, ready for social media each month. So she receives them, she posts them. That's it. For that, I'm charging $1,750 per month. Now, again, this may feel a little bit high, but then when I'm thinking about my day rates, I'm thinking about how many days I've got to edit, how many days I'm going to be filming. And then I'm thinking of maybe taking 15, maximum 20% off because it's a retainer. It may still seem quite high, but that is 8 videos of 60 to 90 seconds. Now, obviously when it comes to seconds, we're getting granular, but we've also got to think about the time it takes. So if we're overlaying things on these videos, cutting, chopping, the longer the video, the longer it takes. Now, the second option is basically the same, but for 12 videos per month. And to kind of add an extra sweetener, I've put in there, it would have priority turnaround. So priority editing and delivery after each shoot. So she can get all of these in line and then ready to post. Maybe even schedule those posts over the coming month. And for that one, I've charged $2,250. Now, with these quotes, again, anyone out there that thinks this is on the high side, the idea is I give a rough quote, a perspective quote on what it could look like. And then maybe we adjust scope from there. If it's out of people's budget, we adjust scope from that. We'll see what she comes back with. I'm hoping that we can open a conversation about this. Obviously, best case is, yeah, cool, Ash, when do we start? But if not, then at least I'm hoping we can have a conversation about it, look at where we can adjust scope so it aligns more to her budget. Now, on to the next piece of news. Remember the Pilates studio that I did the video for from the shoot that I did the other week? I did hear back from them, did the video for them, sent over a retainer proposal for them, if you remember me saying. And turns out, as I expected anyway, the retainer proposal was higher than their budget can afford. Now, bearing in mind, they said to me in their previous email when we started talking about retainers, after I'd sent them the video, they liked it. Usually we are used to paying £500 for a content day. And that £500 would include a day shoot, 2 videos, 50 photos. I don't know who's offering these, to be honest. And someone might be watching this and someone might go, Ash, you're way at your depth here. But I feel like I know my worth. I also feel like people are just undercharging for what they offer, or maybe they're not undercharging for what they offer. Maybe what they offer is worth £500. Maybe they go in, they shoot, they leave. You get 2 videos later down the line. Maybe that's what some people want, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to do is take a more strategic approach by becoming more of a creative partner and providing ideas, campaigns, things like that. Not just a one-off video every now and then. Now, I'm going to be doing that type of stuff, let's face it. But I don't want that to be what I'm all about. So the retainer that I offered was slightly above what they could afford. However, she did come back to me and said, thanks for putting the deck together. Unfortunately, the pricing is too high for us and our budget does not allow us to commit to a monthly retainer. We currently have a social media team on retainer who handles all of our regular content creation. And that's a lot of like lo-fi content, types of stuff that you see on TikTok and such, as well as 2 photographers we use for our events. However, we would be happy to consider you for one-off events or shoot days in future. Good news. Could you please share your hourly rate? Additionally, what would you charge to cover the next grand opening party, providing 1 edited reel of the event plus 50 photos? So positive, but it's funny when people come to you asking you about your hourly rate because I'm not going anywhere to just do something for an hour or 2 hours. It's too granular. In my opinion, the hourly rate is too granular and some people it might work for, but for me, no. Half day or full day. Some people don't even charge half days. They don't even feel like they want to get out of bed for half days. So half day or full day. So I did send a quote back. So I basically said for the opening, I can offer a coverage of the event for up to 3 hours on the day, edited short form reel of the event, 50 edited photos, £600 all in. Now, we'll see what she comes back with. That was a day ago. She's not come back to me yet. Give her a chance. But we'll see what she comes back with. And it'd be good to start a relationship with these guys. I think this is the thing. It's like, do I go down in my rate, initially at least, as like an introductory offer to just get my foot through the door? It's a tough one. This is what I mean. The navigation of pricing is just a nightmare. Love to hear if any of you out there have got more clarity on it. Anyone who wants to give me any information whatsoever based on their day rates I'd really appreciate it. But let's see what's going on with these. I feel like I've sent out loads of quotes, put loads of feelers out there over the last week or two. So surely we're cashing one in at least. LinkedIn strikes again. I got an email yesterday from someone that I sent a quote to. A post that I saw on LinkedIn, I reached out to them, ended up sending a quote for a job that they need doing. Now, the job they need doing is in Glasgow. It's mainly video, but also partly photo. And it's like a corporate office. I think they do reusable energy. Corporate office in Glasgow. And basically what they came back to me yesterday after the quote and said was, "Hi Ash, we'd like to set up a call on Wednesday next week to take you through the brief and to proceed with your support on the 12th of August. So, shooting up in Glasgow, 12th of August, hopefully. Got to have the call with them next Wednesday that they're going to send me an invite for. You would also be given the scope of work to edit a number of our videos, including some shorter social cuts. We will take you through those on the call as well. Let me know a time that works for you, yada, yada, yada." So basically, it's almost locked in. Nothing's locked in until the contract's signed and the money's paid, let's face it. But it's looking good. Now, I'm pretty confident about this job. However, I wouldn't say I am super well versed on the photo side of things. Now, I could do it. I know I can do it. I put my mind to anything, I can do it. But I've not had a job where I've been taking photos. I've taken some photos of myself for my self-promotion, things like that. They turned out fine, but I've not done it for a client. So, a little bit nervous about it. Also, I don't actually have a flash for my camera yet. I've bought one, and I will be practicing with my camera over the course of the next week, taking photos. Video, I'm locked down, I'm good. But photos, bit of a grey area. So just to give you a bit of an insight as to what they need doing. Now, they did send me information on 2 separate shoot days. This shoot day is just one day in Glasgow. The other additional day, something they've not really clarified yet. I'd imagine that if I do a good job of this, they'll probably want me for the additional day. So I sent 2 separate quotes, which I will go through in a separate video. But for now, I'll tell you what they potentially need, or what they do need. In Glasgow, they just need scripted to camera pieces. So that's going to be like interviews that they need, short form interviews that are going to be developed into short form pieces of content on their social media. But they want an update to their existing video that they have for the company and a new onboarding video. So there's going to be a lot of filming. And then in terms of photography, they just want office and team photography. So I'd imagine like portraits. I'm going to take my key light with me, so I've got some form of lighting other than just a flash. And then they just want some general B-roll around the office, which is going to be incorporated into a general onboarding / office video anyway, I would have thought. General overview. I'll have more details from the call on Wednesday, so watch this space. But exciting opportunity. Everything will be included. Expenses, overnight stays, travel up to Glasgow. I've never even been to Scotland.